Hello vinyl community, Midge here, a guy in a hat who likes to talk about records, and today's video is a thread response video, and it's for Gordon over at his great channel I Dig Vinyl, and he's trying to get to 500 subs, which I think he really deserves. If you're not aware of Gordon's channel, I'll leave a link to it below. It's a great channel. He talks about a really wide range of music. He's always very thoughtful. He always puts a lot into his videos, and he definitely deserves 500 subscribers. So come on, VC, let's make this happen. So have a look at his channel, sub and like and all that usual stuff. He's got a great channel, and he's come up with this contest thread basically where you can curate your own fantasy festival. So basically, you can choose your own lineup. It doesn't matter if the artists are current or in the past, or if they're living or dead. It's it's up to you. The imagination knows no bounds. You can have whoever you want from whatever era. Of course, that's a real problem for me because I struggle to pick favourites and things like that. So, I create a lineup, and then 10 minutes later I've created another one, and I thought, oh, hang on, I can't leave them out, can't leave them out. So I've tried not to overthink this and just, go for the first artist that came into my head who I'd really like to see throughout the ages, and even some current ones. So basically, what he wanted us to do was to arrange a fantasy lineup, decide where the concert was going to be, and to also take along two VC channel members as well. So it's kind of like a shout out as well. So to pick two VC channels and invite them along to your fantasy festival. So basically, my festival is going to be called MIDGESTOCK, in honour of the famous Woodstock, obviously. And I've designed a poster for it as well. So there you go. That's the poster for MIDGESTOCK. And where's it going to be held, I hear you say? Well, I thought of everything. Hey there, Midge here. And so this is MIDGESTOCK, and I thought where better place to hold it than in my own back garden, because then you get to meet all the artists, you get to keep a select guest list. So it'd probably just be VCs of friends and some neighbours, give the neighbours a few free tickets to keep them happy. And I thought I'd have it in my own back garden. So I'll show you around now and let you know how it's going to work. So I'll open the garage up because I'm not being funny, but you're not all walking through the house because you don't look like shoe wipers to me. So I'll open the garage up, come through the garage, and then out into the back garden. So there's plenty of room for seats. So these two tables here with the seats around, they're the executive seats. So you have to get in early to get the tickets for them ones, and the rest of you will have to just stand at the back. So there's a football there for a bit of entertainment between the bands. There's a tree there for people who want a bigger view of the stage, a higher view of the stage. And got some facilities. That's the water fountain there. So obviously I'll give that a bit of a clean before the day. And I'll show you the main stage now. So over here we have the main stage. You're going to get a good view from these executive seats. So that's the main stage right there. So obviously some of the bigger bands might have to squash in a bit, and obviously there'll be no room for sort of like big models or pyrotechnics or anything coming down, because there's not enough room. But you should be able to squeeze on there, no problem. Now I know what you're saying. You're saying, Midge, where are the facilities? Where's your portaloos? Things like that. But don't worry, I've thought of everything. So here we go. These are the toilet facilities. Lots of privacy, as you would want at a festival. And basic, but you've all been to Glastonbury, you should know what to expect. So perfect. So over across from the stage, there's the concessions area. So I'll be firing up the barbecue and getting you some sausages and burgers on. So we're all covered in that area as well. And I don't know if you can hear, but in the background there's some kids playing, but don't worry, they'll be sedated on the night, no problem. So this is Karamak. He's head of security for the day. He's quite easy to bribe though, I'll be honest. Hello. Aren't you? You're quite easy to bribe. So what he's doing now is having his a quick perimeter walk. So he's going up to the fences and making sure there aren't any people climbing over or trying to sneak into Midgestock. Obviously, you know, we don't want any people coming in who haven't paid. It's just not fair. So yeah, he's having a look behind the bushes, making sure no one's hiding. Quick scout round, you know, making sure everything's present and correct. And yeah, job done. And so that's Midgestock. So come and get your tickets now. Priced very reasonably at £350 plus VAT. Get in early, get an executive seat. See you soon. So I think you can agree that I've thought of everything there. Facilities, concession stands, practicalities of Portaloos and things. Everything's covered. So basically, all it comes down to now is the lineup. So I've got to tempt you in with my fancy lineup. So basically, like I said, try not to overthink this. And I've just gone through a selection of artists that I really like. So without further ado, I thought I'd start off Midgestock like the original Woodstock did, with an artist that should be talked about more, and that's Richie Havens. And he's got a great sort of soulful, gravelly vocal. He's got a very unique way of playing the acoustic guitar, and he's great at doing covers as well. So, for example, on this album, there's about 3 or 4 Beatles covers on it, which he does really well. And a cover of Donovan, and yeah, and he's a great songwriter in his own right as well. So I'd definitely have Richie Havens starting the concert off. Sort of like a mellow start to the festival, to the day's proceedings. I can't think of anyone better than for Richie Havens. Get you all singing along, get you all in the mood, and quite chill as well to start off with. So that'd be my opener, Richie Havens. And next, to get the groove going a little bit, I'd have the 70s Krautrockers, Can. Now, I don't know if you've been picking up these live albums that Can have been doing recently, these archival ones, but they're absolutely mind-blowing. And one of the reasons why they're so mind-blowing is because Can obviously never did like a straightforward gig. They never just toured an album. All they did was they just entered the stage, perhaps used a few motifs or a few riffs from established songs, and just go off into whatever direction they wanted. And like, you know, an hour or an hour and a half later, you just end up with one long, flowing, mind-blowing sort of rhythmic journey. And these live albums are fantastic. So it'd be amazing to see Can live at my own festival, getting into that sort of hypnotic, motoric groove and just going off in all sorts of manner of directions. And yeah, just like, you know, to go into outer space and back, and yeah, just that sort of improvisational playing which just blows your mind. So again, perhaps in the late afternoon sun, you can't think of anything better than to hear Can playing for a couple of hours. So that'd be amazing. So that'd be my next group in the lineup. Following that, I thought I'd do something a little bit different. So have a bit of a DJ set maybe. And I thought there could be no other DJs better than to do this than DJ Shadow and Cut Chemist. And obviously they did the two sort of landmark mixes in the 90s. So you've got the Brain Freeze mix, which is legendary. Loads of sort of hard to find and impossibly rare soul and funk 45s all mixed together. Brain Freeze is just, if they could replicate that in the festival, that'd be amazing. Such a cool mix. Or they could go for the follow-up, which was the product placement mix, which involved the same as before, but with added bonus of, like, you know, cult movie trailer, spoken word bits, and all manner of sort of adverts and things like that thrown in. So yeah, a great sort of funk and soul set from DJ Shadow and Cut Chemist to get everybody grooving, to get everybody moving, and yeah, dancing away the afternoon. Also, they'd be a good setup for the next artist on the bill, who would be one of the all-time favourite groups of mine, Sly and the Family Stone. So you get Sly Stone and the Family Stone doing a set. Just you can't beat Sly and the Family Stone, can you? Sort of, feel good tunes, all about unity, all about not seeing divisions in colour or creed or anything like that. Just with the simple aim of getting down to music, basically, and that's what it's all about. So just great songs. I mean, this is their Fillmore East album, and even the set list on this is great. So you've got Dance to the Music, Love City, Turn Me Loose, Colour Me True, Milady. Yeah, just absolutely classic band, and I can't think of a better band than to get everybody united and embracing the music and dancing and just getting groovy. And yeah, cool. Sly and the Family Stone would be a great act to have on the bill. Next up, a more modern act, sadly who aren't going anymore, but one of my all-time favourite bands, the Beastie Boys. So you get the Ad Rock Mike D and the much missed MCA on the stage, kicking the rhymes, getting funky, getting the crowd going, with a DJ Hurricane or DJ Money Mark, or just the classic lineup, all the classic DJs, all the classic side musicians they had, and the three lads just kicking rhymes and making everybody smile and jumping about the stage and going off on one. And yeah, Beastie Boys, can't beat them. Absolutely fantastic live, and yeah, can't beat a bit of Beastie Boys. So then we're heading into the early evening night and for the main headliners to come, and I think we need a bit of rock and roll now. So one of the all-time underrated rock and roll bands, in my opinion, of the 70s, the Faces. Absolutely, fantastic rock and roll band, cheeky chaps, made of the Small Faces and Rod Stewart and Ronnie Wood. Obviously, you've got the amazing songs of Ronnie Lane as well, Ian McLaughlin on organ, Kenny Jones on drums. Just an absolutely fantastic rock and roll band. And, they're cheeky with it as well. So there'd always be a bit of a smile and a few capers, and probably lots of footballs kicked into the crowd as well, which is what they used to do back in the day. So absolutely cracking songs, and absolutely cracking band, the Faces. Absolutely brilliant to see them live in the Peak. That'd be amazing. So yeah, the Faces, rock and roll, good old-fashioned rock and roll. And then next on MIDGESTOCK, the second to last band of the day. Obviously, you've seen the setup of MIDGESTOCK, and it'd probably be hard for them to bring some of their gimmicks with them. They won't be able to land a UFO or anything like that on the stage. It's not big enough, and they'd probably struggle to fit all the members on the stage, but we'll see what we can do. And that's Parliament stroke Funkadelic, of course. You got George Clinton and all these sort of musician friends, and doing a really bizarre and weird funky soul set, with all the characters, Sano's Devoid of Funk and Star Child and everything like that, and all the costumes and the gear and the weirdness and the grooviness. So yeah, Parliament Funkadelic would be an absolutely great act to have on the stage, if you could fit them all in, like I say. But yeah, you can't beat a bit of Parliament and Funkadelic, so that'd be amazing to see them live. The main headline act that closes the day, closes MIDGESTOCK. I try not to duplicate anything that Gordon had put on his lineup, which was amazing as well. I'd really want to go to his festival, but I couldn't help it. Just one of my all-time favourite bands, one of probably the best rock bands in history. Could be controversial me saying that, but I stand by it. And headliners up, it's got to be Led Zeppelin. It's got to be Led Zeppelin. Mid-70s Led Zeppelin, Physical Graffiti here, one of my all-time favourite albums, if not my all-time favourite album. And to see, Plant and Page strutting about the stage with Bonham and John Paul Jones, or just all their classic songs, all their improvisations and stretching out, and Page's, long solos, Bonham's long drum solo, and just what an amazing band Led Zeppelin were. And they've got to be the act for me that finishes off Midgestock. So yeah, definitely Led Zeppelin finishing the day, and I can't think of a better way to finish the day. A really long set, hopefully, and perhaps a few pyrotechnics as well if I can get that on the budget. And yeah, Led Zeppelin finishing the day. So that would be my fantasy festival. Also, Gordon asked us if he would like to bring along 2 people in the VC, 2 channels to visit your festival and hopefully enjoy it as well. And obviously it's hard to pick, isn't it? But I'm going to shout out 2 channels that I don't think I've shouted out before. So I would invite Lewis at the Spectrum Tube. I'm sure he would love this festival. I hope he would anyway. And he'd come along and yeah, check out his channel. Really funny, really entertaining guy. And also James Griffiths, I'm sure he would enjoy this festival. So 2 great channels there, 2 channels I would really recommend checking out, and I'll leave links to them below. And that would be Midgestock. So yeah, I hope you'd like the lineup, and thanks to Gordon for coming up with this. It's been really fun to do. And like I say, get him to 500 subscribers, check out his channel, subscribe, watch his videos. He's got a great channel and he seems a really smashing bloke on top. And that's Midgestock. So I hope you'll come along. Tickets are very reasonable, and I hope you enjoy the lineup. So yeah, hope to see you there.